This is Helene from Virtual Veg Fest, and we are powered by the Plant Based Network. So glad you're joining us. And we have a hello before I even started. So, hi, Gary. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. If you, I'm so confused today. It's only Saturday. Let me say, if you enter our raffle copter, you can win prizes from Follow Your Heart, Crofters Organic, or Hodo Foods. You can go find that link. I posted on the Virtual Veg Fest Facebook today. And if you donate to the Pass the Buck campaign, every dollar you donate, you get entered to win a prize back from Orgain. You can easily find that by going to virtualvegfest.com. And if you like to shop, you can shop on virtualvegfest.com too. This will be up on YouTube afterwards. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Awesome stuff. You can do that as well. Thanks to Triangle Veg Fest for sponsoring our lives this week. And if you have any questions or comments while we're live, put them in a little box and we'll get to them. I promise you. Hey, Linda, thanks for joining us too. And she's joining us from Canada. Yeah, if you want today, since we're international, let us know where you're listening or watching from, because we'd like to hear that too. The UK Vegan Family, Daniella and Adam, are on with us. Super excited because we're going to talk about raising vegan children. And I really want to touch on what's happened to them with the bullying of their child, of Jack, because, that's not cool, and how they handled it. And also what you can do as you're raising kids and to keep them protected. Especially when you make this choice to be vegan, to be more compassionate, and then you have something like that happen in your life. So I'm going to go grab them, unmute them, and grab them and bring them on. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. It's like I never saw you. It's so funny.
I know.
So we already have some hellos, Gary Reeves and Linda, and Nancy just said hello from East Roche. I'm thinking East Rochelle and not just East Roche, New York. So thank you so much for watching. That's amazing. So
Gary is our friend, actually. He's a fellow YouTuber. So thank you, Gary and Charlotte.
Thanks for joining. I would love for the two of you to share who you are. You can obviously go individually. One doesn't have to talk for the other. And share who you are and what you do, and also let people know about your YouTube channel, and go for it.
Okay, shall I go first? Yeah, you go, I'm the big mouth. So I'm Daniella, but you can call me Danny. I have been vegan for 19 months. I was raised vegetarian, so I've never eaten animals in my life. I'm a nurse by trade, and I'm also training for a marathon. So I'm currently doing a hell of a lot of running at the moment. I follow a whole food plant-based diet, so I don't tend to have any oil, and I'm a mum. And we are raising our little boy Jack, who is also vegan. And then I'm engaged to Ad.
Yeah, I'm Adam. Hi.
What do you do?
I work in a hospital, in a laboratory, dealing with COVID. What else could I say about myself? Yeah, we both went vegan at the same time, virtually. I think you were a couple of weeks ahead of me.
Yeah, sort of.
And then I jumped on because I wanted to see what the fuss was about, and then made the switch and never went back. Yeah, what else could I say? That's about it, really. I don't know whether...
Family life. That's it, isn't it? It's busy.
Just a dad. Busy. A tired, worn out, knackered dad.
It must be weird to be on the other side, because normally you're interviewing people. So to be on the side of where you have to actually, you're the focus, is strange. Trust me, I know.
It is, right?
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, feel free if you have any questions. If you want to switch it, feel free if it makes you feel more comfortable. But it's really about the two of you. Why did you start UK Vegan Family?
Well, the main thing was we started an Instagram page because I like that poor dad. Yeah, I like to blog food and recipes, and it was about our journey. We started off doing Veganuary, and we wanted to create a social media page that sort of showed everything we were eating and our journey, really. I'm not great in front of a camera. So the idea of doing YouTube was not something I was interested in, but you suggested
it was more like my idea, because I felt that through Instagram we couldn't really. I wanted to use social media for myself personally, because even before I went vegan, I was quite, I wouldn't say anti-vegan, but I was certainly not open to the ideas of becoming vegan. And I wanted to show people my journey of it.
And how easy it is.
And I wanted to, I think I tried documenting it day by day, and I think it ended up being week by week. And I felt Instagram just didn't help to do that. I felt YouTube through videos was a lot easier to sort of explain things to people.
And then the whole idea then was about trying to normalize vegan children at the time.
That's what we started off.
That was what we were trying to do, was to normalize being a vegan family, because at the time we didn't know anyone else, did we?
No, we didn't.
And it's sort of grown from there, really.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
Wow, so you didn't really know any other vegans, and when you say normalize like vegan children, what does that mean to you?
Well, for me, hearing about vegan children when I was a vegetarian, I thought that was something that was dangerous. You didn't do that. You don't raise children, on a plant-based diet. Surely that's illegal. But we did a lot of our own research and thought, well, hang on a minute, these feelings that we have, surely other people have them. So it was about trying to show people that actually, no, we've done our research. It's completely safe. This is what we're doing. These are some of the recipes. It's really healthy and nutritious. And that's what we wanted to show really. So I think we do that quite easily. He's absolutely wonderful. He's full of beans, literally. And just about 40 minutes ago, we were, he won't go to bed. We were driving in the car, trying to get him to go to sleep.
It's like you could have been part of this.
Oh, no, yes, no.
No. Yeah, now I know. So that's like really cool, because I looked at your Instagram and I saw that you are doing more whole foods, plant-based, and no oil and no refined sugars as well, it'll
change over Christmas.
That's
because we will have stuff over Christmas, because that's what everyone does, right?
Well, yeah, special holidays is the reason you do this. You eat for pleasure, right? And if you never ever eat anything that's not good for you, you'll crave it to where you eat more of it than you probably should. So if you make it special on special days, then that's awesome. Plus, you don't want to. My dad was raised by a mom that never fed him like anything good. And he went the opposite direction growing as an adult. He ate every single sweet and sugar and fat thing he could possibly get his hands on, because he wasn't raised with it. So it's important to, moderation is good.
Definitely. Moderation is key, I think. And that's what we try to do with Jack. He has mainly a whole food plant-based diet, but he does have a little bit of what Adam eats. Adam likes a few of the burgers and the vegan pizza, so he will have a little bit of that as well, because it is about a balance, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it's delicious.
And I don't want him feeling like he's missing out on anything either.
Right.
Although he does eat really well. Yeah. He does eat foods that a lot of other children probably have never tried before.
Yeah, I mean, when he starts to go to school and be around other kids, I mean, that's where I feel a lot of pressures come in for children. I mean,
yes.
Like, it's interesting to me that you both felt like raising vegan kids, like raising a child vegan would somewhat be illegal. Like that thought process came through. And I mean, please share more about that, because that's something that hasn't come through on anybody's lives yet. So, I mean,
I think for me, I think
it's just unheard of.
It is unheard of. And I'd have obviously my parents were vegetarian, raising us vegetarian. They went through a stage where they'd been plant-based, but we used to talk about I would only ever raise my children vegetarian. Any children of mine would never have eaten animals. It was always standard. But we talk about plant-based children, and it would be, oh no, you don't do that. That's, you know, that you can't do that to children. There's lots of discussions I've had with lots of people who've always said, oh, you know, I don't think that's right. It's, you know, they're malnutritioned. You know, you can't get everything in their diet. Well, actually, it's not the case at all when you go and weigh and look at it. But before you go down that journey, there is so many questions like, well, where do you get your calcium? You know, it's all those stupid questions that we get asked that you probably thought before. I mean, I never once thought about protein.
It's almost like what we're trying to say is that our sort of our cultures are led to believe that you cannot raise children.
I think it's like society, isn't it?
Yeah. Society's been led to believe that you're not, or you shouldn't, or you can't raise children on a whole food plant-based diet.
But when you actually can.
When you can. So you've been told a lie all your life.
Well, that's the brainwashing that happens in a typical family. And I was just saying this, we actually just spoke about this on Thursday with Allison, and that the reason why hamburger isn't called cow is probably because of the children. Because if they understood that the cow, that the, like, what does a cow say? Moo. Well, that, what? Why does this say cow on this package, Mom? Well, that's what we're having for dinner, son.
I've never told him these other names for the animals. So I've never told him that, you know, pork, he doesn't know what pork is. He doesn't know what bacon is. He only knows about these words because of nursery and
learning it from other
he's
people.
Learning it through other people. And about 4 weeks ago, I made him like a corn slice sandwich. I never call it ham because it's not something I would feel comfortable to use, because to me, that's like animal flesh. It's always been like that. But he said, what's that? And I said, it's a corn slice. And he was like, Mummy, what's ham? So we had to have a conversation, and he's 3. And I explained to him, and he was like, yes, my friends eat things like this at nursery. So he's got lots of questions about it. He finds it very sad that people eat animals. And it is very much about brainwashing, because you get told you get told about all these lovely animals, but at the same time they're eating sausages, watching Peppa Pig, eating bacon, and don't make that connection.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of you for having that conversation, and I bet you didn't think it would have to happen so early.
I did, because he's known for he goes in when we go shopping.
It was like today, yeah, we were going around like a superstore over here called Lidl and Aldi.
He just points at he just points at it and he goes, "Oh, Mummy, there's dead animals over there." That's what he says. He will say, "Look, there's cow's breast milk over there, Mummy." Yeah. He's awesome. He's very advanced. And actually, I think it was about 3 weeks ago, he was at nursery and they were all sat around the table and they were having their milk. And Jack has soya milk. He has his own soya milk, which I sent in. And the other children were drinking cow's milk. And Jack, I mean, I've never taught him to do this, but he pushed another child's glass of milk out the way and went, "That's disgusting." So actually all of the children on the table didn't want their cow's milk, and they all said, "Well, that's disgusting." So and what actually happened is the nursery had a discussion about choices, which, okay, they do an amazing job at supporting our lifestyle. They've been fantastic, haven't they? I'm not sure how I would have handled that situation, but they wanted to obviously take the focus off the fact that it was cow's milk, probably. And yeah, but they handled it really well. And they said, obviously, they would never allow any of the other children to discriminate against Jack for his milk. I get that. But at the same time, yeah, it was a bit of an interesting conversation, because how do you explain to a 3-year-old that, yes, people do eat animals? It's quite sad. It's very sad for him.
I think, well, at 3 years old, it's like they kind of think it's his opinion at the moment, and
No, it's not.
It's kind of more of a belief. But at 3 years old, it's still a bit too young, isn't it, to say he fully understands?
He doesn't fully understand, but he understands that he's vegan, and he understands that he doesn't eat animals or cow's breast milk.
And you know what?
Or eggs.
Or eggs, right? He's not in. He's got great company because a lot of my friends are raising their kids vegan, and the kids are very similar to yours. Is that, and kids don't really have a filter, which is not a bad thing. Like when you're really young, you don't have to have one, and when you're really old, you seem to not have to have a filter. It's everywhere in between. Like we have to like watch what we say and what we do. But I'd say that's an interesting scenario to think about. How the nursery handled that situation. And I mean, it is choices, but those kids may choose his milk.
Yes, if they knew what happened before that milk.
Right? I mean, but you can send some of that milk maybe so they can try it, have some extra.
Yeah, I mean, they could ask. I mean, we have to provide that milk because over here they don't provide plant-based milks because of the dairy scheme where subsidies, it goes to schools and childcare. It's all free. So we have to provide it.
Right. No, that I understand. It's like that over here too. And but I mean, think about that. If you provided extra soy milk
they might want to try.
They might want to try. And you know what? It sounds like Jack is the right person to have them try because he made a statement and they all followed.
Yes. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a cool dude. He really is.
I wonder if we could get him to do something for World Vegan Day 2021.
You never know. Yeah, he's quite advanced.
November 1st, 2021. It's like soy milk for everyone.
Yeah.
Yay!
And here's a cupcake to go with it.
Yeah.
They actually do vegan baking. So when he's in, the nursery will get all the children making vegan cakes and stuff with him. So they've really, really put in a lot of effort and supported him. But I just wanted to say, my friend Mix as well, she's put about nursery rhymes. Mm-hmm. And at that age, a lot of things are based around nursery rhymes, and they all seem to involve farm animals.
Yes, they do.
Which is frustrating because they're not necessarily nice songs, neither are they?
No, I mean, I'm so far removed from that, and I only have fur kids, which they don't do nursery rhymes, but we make up our own songs. But it has nothing to do like with something like that. But you're right. I mean, that's why I said like they're sitting there learning like the sounds of animals. And then those kids are sitting there eating their lunch, which I'm sure isn't peanut butter and jelly every day, right? So, and they don't know. I mean, I don't ever remember as a kid asking what this was that I was eating. I just ate. It wasn't I mean, I learned, but it wasn't that long after I started giving those foods up. So, and then you learn what happens, and then you kind of go, oh, I'm going to do better, right? So Carrie just said that her daughter is nearly 3 and she started with Old MacDonald.
Yes, we have taught Jack that Old MacDonald isn't necessarily a nice man because he's on the farm. However, there is a farm sanctuary, and he knows the difference between a farm sanctuary and a farm, and he knows that a farm sanctuary, that's where the animals are happy and they are safe. So we tend to change the words to Old MacDonald had a farm sanctuary. That's what he sings at nursery.
That's awesome.
Just got to change it.
I'm so impressed. This is 19 months. This is less than 2 years. And then Carrie said it's a good idea. So you just probably started something that will be shared like everywhere. That needs to go everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm sanctuary. E-I-E-I-O.
Yes. You can do it.
You
can
need to
do
put
it
that
to a lot of them.
everywhere. Yes.
Yes.
That's something I think I'm going to task the two of you with, because it doesn't make sense for it to come from me, but to take all those nursery rhymes that are sung by children and veganize them.
Yes, you've
And
got to.
And then I will help you share that everywhere. And we'll get Marissa on board too. We'll share that everywhere.
Yes.
How cool would that be? And then like Carrie loves it. That's really cool. And Abigail Hook says, "Hiya guys."
She's my friend. She's one of my best friends, bless her.
And to go back over some comments before I lose them. Let's see. Vegan Kids Cook said, "Totally, the grandparents have learned a lot with their grandkids being vegan since pregnancy," which is actually pretty cool that the grandparents are getting on board, because isn't that some of the fear when you have kids, is like, well, we are doing what we're doing in our home, but when they expand outside that home with other family members, are they following how we want our kids raised?
I think if that was ever a worry for us, they wouldn't be allowed to have Jack. But I don't think Jack would. He would be like, "I'm not eating that," and he actually asks, "Well, is that person vegan?" So I think he's quite prepared to have the discussion himself, isn't he? You wouldn't be able to force anything on Jack that he didn't want to eat. You wouldn't.
That's really cool. I have some friends that, have the issues of like divorce in their lives, and one went the direction of staying vegan and the other didn't, and obviously the child's going back and forth between the parents, and the child's coming home and saying, well, daddy's trying to feed me, like all these horrible foods, and it's really frustrating as a parent to have to be in, like, you can't control what happens when your kid's not with you, but the fact that obviously you two don't have to worry about that, and I'm glad to see you're so strong in your convictions that if you found that out from grandparent, friend, family, cousin, whatever it is, that you'd say, well, guess what, you don't get to see Jack. Like, this is how we're raising our kids, so respect that.
I think in that situation, if families are separated, it depends how old the child is, because there's a lot of books that are available now, and a child that is, sort of 3 onwards can understand quite a lot, and they can understand what different things are when it comes to food. So reading and education through various vegan children's books is a good way to get them to understand that this is why they don't eat animals. So I would always say, get on board with some of the books that are available. Vivi the Super Vegan is an amazing book that we have over here, and it makes the kid feel like a superhero as well, doesn't it? Yeah, it's brilliant. So I would always say children's books, and then they can perhaps take it with them when they go and talk to daddy or talk to mommy about veganism. Yeah, they're little warriors, or vegan children are.
Grandma and granddad.
Yeah.
Our mums and dads.
Yeah.
That's
little
really
warriors.
Cool. Yeah, that's really cool. It's a great idea for the Abigail just said that her daughter's dad is a meat eater. So that makes it hard. That's exactly the scenario that we're talking about. That makes it really difficult. But the idea of the children's books, you send the books over to dad's house, and the book is, like, what is it? I have a few that we sell with the Veg Fest, and they're Dave books. So Dave and the Dave Pig and Dave Chicken. I can't remember the full names of them, and I actually have them over there, and I can't get up and go get them. I have a new one that we just added that we sell at the events for a very reduced price. We sell them for like $5.
Wow.
And, right, because they're on Amazon or wherever you buy them, they're probably upwards of $14, $15. So we get them at a discounted price, and we sell them at a discounted price. So that, and people love them. They're awesome, like great books. And that's a great suggestion to like be like, well, here's the book set. Because, what are you going to do? Dad, meat eating dad. This is what her daughter wants to be read to her when she goes to sleep. When he's like reading about like saving the chicken and saving the pigs, yes. Right? Well, that's it's a little manipulative, but it's fair.
The thing is, if that child understands that they don't want to eat animals, then that's not right to force them to eat something that they don't want to eat. And I think if they understand a lot of their own lifestyle and their own beliefs, then it shouldn't be forced on them.
Right.
Because
And
they're there saying, I don't want to eat it.
It should be enough. I agree with you 100%, because at that 3-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and going up, as much as they're your kids, they're a human being. They're an individual human being, and as you can tell, at 3, Jack already has his voice.
Yes, very much so.
And you can't squash that voice. If you squash the voices of our kids, they grow up to be insecure adults, and that's not a good thing. We have to let them be and let them grow and learn without us putting us on them. Obviously, safety, health, those things matter, right? But I think the most difficult thing about being a parent is being able to relax enough to let them be, and especially when it's different from you.
Yeah.
But allowing that to happen and still keeping your sanity as a parent. Because it's hard. It's really hard.
It is hard.
Let me see. Gary just said that he turned his partner and the boys vegan. We have since had a baby born vegan who is now 6 months old. Oh, that's awesome. That's like really cool.
I think one of the other things as well is with vegan children. So say you go to a shop and they want something, they pick up a chocolate bar that's got cow's milk in. Obviously, if Jack was to do that and he really wanted this chocolate, I would say to him, you do realise that that's got cow's milk in, and you go, oh no, I don't want that. Put it back. So if you're open and honest with him, then he wouldn't want it anyway. It's happened at nursery and he's asked for like sweets and they've said, oh, it's got gelatine in, and he goes, oh no, mummy, I didn't want that. I didn't have those sweeties. So he understands quite a lot.
Yeah. We'll make sure that if he doesn't get any sort of sweets, we'll get him something.
No, they've always got something anyway for him, but he's pretty good. He'll sort of say, is this vegan? He'll ask, which is good.
I'm impressed that they're honest and in telling him, and they're initiating the it's not vegan, not just letting him have what he wants. You have a really good nursery. I mean,
it is amazing.
Really good nursery, because
we supported them a lot. They didn't know about veganism before us, and we were the first family learning at the same time. And I've given them a lot of support, and they've been fantastic. Yeah, really, really good.
That's yeah. I don't know. I know there's some friends that have taught, obviously, the daycare that they go to here in the States, like how to do this and what to do. But at the same time, there's always that concern that, are they following through, because, humans. So, but I'm super, super impressed. I'm impressed by Jack. He needs to come on and do a whole show. I'm actually thinking about adding I did this at our 2016 Veg Fest. I did a kids panel, and the kids ranged in age from, I think, like 5 to like 14, and they were asked questions, and they're all vegan, and they were all asked questions. It was probably one of my most fun live panels I've ever done. It wasn't well attended, but I recorded some of it, and they called their parents out. Like, the parents were like, the dad still ate cheese. They were like, well, dad still eats cheese. And I like panned the camera to the dad. Because I was like, I know who the dad is. They're just, it's like one of those like moments where they're kids. They're going to be honest. And that's the future. That is the absolute future. Oh my gosh.
They are the future.
Yeah,
they really are.
So Gary just added some more that happened with our. I love that there's so many people involved with this. It happened with our second eldest, who was 5 and only 2 days ago. Both our eldest boys, age 4 and 6, both know they don't want to eat animals, and our eldest speaks out very openly about it. That is amazing. I can't even keep up. That's so cool. And so Abigail's back with her main anxiety. Ex-partner hasn't seen his daughter in a year. We've been vegan from vegetarian less than a year. Planning on packed lunches, okay, and see him in the future. In the past, he made her eat meat despite me, which, that's what we were just talking about, is you can't force you onto your kids. And when you force animal products onto your kids, now you're impacting their health.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, one of the things about children, when I talk to someone who's not vegan and they're kind of have questions, I ask them if it's okay for me to like share, like, do you want to know how I feel about you feeding your kids dairy? And if they say yes, I'm like, you are like putting cancer in your children. You're there. This is their foundation for their future body, their adult body. You're preparing their foundation now for their future health. Do everything you possibly can to make sure that kid can avoid cancer, diabetes, strokes, heart disease, high cholesterol. All these
Yep.
things are impacted by the diet you feed them now. And you're feeding them meat and dairy? Research.
I think as well, it'd be asking, well, would you let your child watch slaughterhouse footage? And if not, why? Why wouldn't you let them? Because if it's not good for your eyes or their eyes, why are you feeding it to them? That's what I'd be asking. Why are you feeding that to them?
Yeah, I can't even watch. I don't need to watch the slaughterhouse footage. I understand what happens. It's
Yep.
really difficult. Maybe just slip them a thing that says go watch Dominion.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
That's
get through 5 minutes of that, then
yeah, we
kudos to
watched
you.
the whole of it recently and I had nightmares for weeks.
That yeah, bless your hearts for watching Dominion. It's not an easy movie to watch. So
It's
anyone,
not, but it makes you a lot more active, and that's what we want to be, isn't it?
yeah, no,
We want
no,
to avoid
thank you
that
for
more.
that. So really cool. Vegan Kids Cook. I think I want to know who you are. Their kids did a cooking demo at Vegan Mania in Chicago. That is fantastic. So thank you for sharing that. That's a really cool idea to have as
Are
well.
they on Instagram? Are they contactable? Because they sound really interesting.
I
And we do
right?
like to, yeah, we do like to talk to families and people in the vegan family community. So they should drop us a message.
Please do, Vegan Kids Cook. Both of us. We both want to hear from you. And then I'd like to pivot to the bullying and what
Yes.
happened. So
Okay. So I'll try and hurry this
No,
one
this is a
along.
you question again,
It
was it?
is. So
Yeah.
the bullying, basically, I've got a couple of social media in my Instagram accounts. And obviously, we've got our YouTube and our Instagrams, and the anti vegans found out about us. And it was generally sort of aimed at me. But what they'd done is they'd found pictures of all of us from my personal account, which at the time I hadn't actually set to private, but naive, didn't necessarily think YouTube was really ever going to go anywhere. So I never really thought about it. And they did a post about mainly about me, about my face and how I'd aged in sort of 18 months or whatever it was, with pictures of Jack as a baby, pictures from our engagement, just really hateful, horrible posts that we were child abusers and all the horrible stuff you can think of. And there was a comment on there that said, I'm going to do a video about her. And this is, I'm not going to name and shame because I don't want people to go over and see the videos and give them any kind of publicity, but they are big YouTube channels renowned for doing bullying and body shaming people. And we found out about this through a vegan runner who had found this post, tracked us down, found out who we were, and sent it to me. And I looked at this post. She said, I think you're going to find this really distressing if you don't know about it, but I had to tell you. And what I came across was just disgusting, as I've already said. And I showed Adam, I said, there's videos about me. We watched them. And this person had stalked our Instagram account. So she'd showed all the food we were eating, really, really good food. Yet look at this woman like me, 18 months on. She is aged. She's got massive wrinkles, really horrible, really horrible. Just disgusting. It broke me. It absolutely broke me. And then there was another one I found that was showing vegetarian to vegan and just deteriorated. And yeah, it was horrible. You went through all the comments. They were disgusting. Yeah, it was horrible. But what actually happened is after a few days, I started looking for more of this. And I found that there's a lot of children, vegan children, that are on Instagram pages that the families probably don't even realize, because if you put your children on social media under various hashtags like hashtag vegan families, vegan children, toddlers, you are allowing people to use your photos.
Basically, if you've ever, this is going to everyone, if you've ever put hashtag vegan family, hashtag vegan child, hashtag vegan anything,
all of them,
your child is on one of these profiles. I can guarantee 100%.
Possibly
your child
on
is there.
That channel. So on that Instagram page. So what I was doing was trying to keep a list of all these people that I've found, reported them, and then I started going through the hashtags myself to actually let families know. So I was doing a lot of networking and warning people about what was happening. We also did our own response video about what is cyberbullying, what is vegan body shaming, and we had over 1,000 views on this video. So we sort of exploded, didn't we? Really, we got featured in an article about that we were a family not prepared to allow cyberbullying, and we wanted to do something about it. And we started getting in touch with lots of other families, which sort of led us to wanting to speak up about it and let other people know. We started doing live streams on our channel with other families so that we could normalize vegan families as our main title, but also talk about bullying and what other families go through. Obviously, our son is only little, but there's other families we've come across who've got older children. So we wanted to know what the schools are like. What's the school situation like, which we found out was pretty bad, really.
Yeah, school's pretty awful over here.
Children seem to get a jacket potato
and beans
on the menu.
So lucky.
Which is not
chips.
Great.
Possibly so cooked in the same fat as the fish or something.
We've decided to do something about that because of the bullying. And in January, we are launching a project with lots of people involved to approach schools to ask them, what do they know about veganism? What do they think veganism is? We want them to understand that it's a lifestyle, a philosophical belief, not just a diet. I can never say that word. It's just all the same. And we want them to know that over here in the UK, veganism is a protected characteristic of the Equality Act. And we want the schools to home in on that, make sure they're providing a varied menu for vegan children and that they are not actually discriminating against them and making them inclusive of their education.
And just making them aware of plant-based nutrition in general as well, because I think there's
it's lacking, isn't it?
Well, it's like this big, like we're going back to the beginning again, where we said it's like you cannot sustain children or on a plant-based diet when it's completely ridiculous to think like that. Because it's so yeah. Where do all the animals get their nutrition from?
Plants.
They get it from plants. Exactly.
They get it all from plants. So just
cut out the middle, and you can get the nutrition directly from the source.
Exactly. But the whole experience, although it was horrible, has turned into a positive.
Yeah.
Kudos to you. I mean, that is incredible, because you took a negative and you're turning it into a positive, and then you're moving momentum.
I can't accept that this happens to children. It happened to me. We were both involved in it, but it happens to children, and that has to stop. I'm a fierce mama, and I will not allow it.
The thing is, these people that make these profiles are, we've spoken to some of them, haven't we? And some of our friends have spoken to them, and they are adamant that they are trying to help vegan children.
They're protecting them.
Like
That's
they're trying to
think.
protect them from something. Well, they're obviously not protecting them from bullying, or for a start. And another thing is, why are they so focused on vegan children when there are
thousands of malnourished omnivores children,
or obese children, like that aren't vegan or whatever? I just don't get it.
It's they're
just horrible people.
Yeah, you kind of want to start, even though I don't believe this is the right thing to do, but you kind of want to start the flip side and go, omni-carnivorous children are not healthy, and like go and bully them in return and be like, well, how would you like it if your kids showed up on something like this, and your wife like showed up and being dragged through the mud and being said horrible things being said about her? Just because you feed your kid a hamburger. I mean, seriously?
I wouldn't do it.
I think you don't have to.
Do it either.
They're bullying themselves.
It's disgusting. What we've seen upon these communities is horrible. The things they've said about me, they don't even know who I am. They don't know that, not only did I go plant-based, but I reversed my diabetes. I reversed my diabetic retinopathy in my eyes. I've lost 5+ stone.
5+ stone
in about not in 18 months, but I've lost a hell of a lot of weight. And when this person was doing her video on me, she actually didn't show that picture, and it was right in between. My transformation picture was right in between all these pictures of our food. She cherry picked us. That's what she did. That's what they do. They cherry pick.
And it's not where was I going to go with that?
I don't know. Where were you going to go with it?
Yeah, it's like they cherry pick the photos, or they will watch like our UK Vegan Family YouTube videos, and they will pause it on the most like awful time
where I was angry and frowning.
I could be like, right. And they will pause it and they'll go, oh my god, look at this bloke's cheeks, they're popping out this. I could pause like that and then, oh my god, look, he's so gaunt. Look, he just breathed in. Oh my god.
It's ridiculous.
Apparently
I have black teeth and I had a black tongue. Yeah. It was so funny.
I'm still trying to find the wrinkles because I'm trying to get closer to my screen. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah. I was really like frowning.
It was like
yeah, it was.
And it was like, we looked like, what's it, one of them people off Star Trek, the
I'm not a crazy people.
No, not me.
And then it was like, oh my god, look at his wrinkles on his head.
Yeah,
wow.
I did cry a lot over it. I did.
Sure. There was some really good comments though, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was some terrible ones.
There's some right corkers.
We've got quite a supportive community, quite a supportive group of friends, and if it wasn't for them, and obviously Adam, I don't know. There's a lot of people out there, if they found themselves on this channel, that I think this was my main worry, is how would they cope with seeing these comments? They were disgusting. And if they weren't mentally stable like me, what would they do with that information? And I couldn't have that. I couldn't have that. So I had to find it within myself to do something about it. Which, yeah, if I'm going to do something and I'm determined, I do it somehow. So, yeah.
They never said one thing about me. I was really disappointed.
Yeah, he was.
I was looking, and I think I was up all night just scrolling through it, and I was like, "Come on, you've got something for me," and nothing. Absolutely sod all.
Yeah, you were gutted, weren't you?
I was gutted. I never made it.
Well, I'm sorry.
You've got to see the funny side of it, though. It's just crazy.
The fact that you do is very healthy, because
they helped us grow. They really did.
Basically, there are way more vegans than these anti-vegans. Well, that's what we hope. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like the political climate here, because we have like a whole bunch of stuff going on in the States, which is like you just don't know, like the comments. But I'm like so sorry you went through it, but at the same time, what's going to come from it, I'm thankful for. And people can totally suck, and
Oh yeah.
you don't know if you're out there as part of a negative type thing in the internet universe, because we all
Mm.
easily could. I mean, we opt to put ourselves out there by doing something like this and sharing a very important message with the world. But there are going to be people that just don't believe that message is important.
That's what was our learning curve, wasn't it? Because
Yeah,
we were so naive and we
we
thought,
were.
come on, we've reversed diabetes. We've sorted out our health. I've like got rid of like all lots of depressive. I had lots of mental issues,
But also, we were
mental health issues,
sharing pictures of our son on Instagram
and
and YouTube,
yeah,
and
and we're like, look how well we're
naive.
doing. Like, this is literally all we've done is changed our like a belief system and changed our diet. And look how great we're doing now. We want to spread this great message, and then people just sort of took that, flipped it around, and just threw it back at us.
Yeah, so we took Jack off social media.
So yeah,
we
we had
blur
a
his face.
steep learning curve, and we kind of want to warn people about these.
Yeah, I think if you're going to, I mean, I would love to share Jack on social media. I'm so proud of him. He's an incredible little man. He is incredible. And I will not share his face now because it's scary what I've seen out there, what is happening to other children, and their parents don't even realize. I've contacted people when I've been able to find them and let them know that their children are on there, which is never easy, but
yeah, because
you have to.
What I've done is I've made several different accounts
so that you could find it.
Posed as an anti-vegan, accessed their profile, went through all their photos, and
reported them.
Reported it all. Yeah.
Good. I mean,
mm.
Again, how much is a stone in pounds?
14.
14. That's so impressive. I mean,
thank you.
And on top of that, you're running more than a full marathon tomorrow.
No.
Well, 26.2 kilometers.
No.
No.
I generally run half marathons on a Sunday. That's what I do. And about 4 weeks ago, maybe longer, I did 28 because I thought I don't want to do 30 because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So I did 28, and I've decided that tomorrow morning I'm doing 31 because that's just a little bit more. And it's that, okay, I've done 10 kilometers more than 21 and a half. But the main goal is a full marathon, and I will do it next year without a doubt. I will do it. And I will wear my vegan runners t-shirt and I will run for the animals because that's what I intend to do.
What's a full marathon for you then?
It's 42 kilometers, I think.
Okay, because here it's 26.2. So
I think it's 26.2 miles.
Kilometers.
Is it?
Yeah, we do. Oddly enough, we don't do many things metric, but no, maybe I'm wrong. It's 26.2 miles. 5K. No, 5 kilometers. 5K, 10K.
10K is 6 miles.
Right, and we
21K is 13 miles. So okay, double that.
Okay, there 26. You go. 13K 26.2. Right. So I'm still confused. I've done a full marathon, the 26.
Have you?
Yeah, I have. I walked it. It was torture, and the half is I said if I ever did it again, I would do a half because
I love running long distance.
She does a half marathon every weekend. She's an absolute nutter.
I get so much adrenaline from it. I'm just buzzing all the way around. I'm smiling because I'm not protein deficient, and I want people to see that.
Right. I mean, incredibly healthy.
Yes.
I mean, I hear you. I've dropped 30 pounds this year during COVID, and
that's amazing.
I totally feel you. The protein deficiency is a farce. I think we got 42 kilometers, 42.195 kilometers.
I'll do that next year.
Yeah, I mean, you've got this. I mean, in training for the marathon to get to 26.2, the most we did in training, we got up to 22, I think. because at that point, the last 4, if you can do the 22, you can do the last 4, right? So you'll totally get there. Oh, there we go.
On the other hand, I've put on 2 stone.
He's never ever been.
So yeah,
You've always been very, very slim, haven't
Yeah.
you? And he has put on weight, and he's
I've
very
got a
happy
dad
with
bod.
it.
Great hugger, you know, big old belly on me.
He's proud of it, aren't you?
Too bad, too bad, because I could have totally made fun of you for that.
What's that?
Shoot.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you two are absolutely incredible. I'm really glad you reversed your diabetes. Obviously, type 2 diabetes, because type 1 is you're born with it. And
Yeah.
people understand that type 2 diabetes and heart disease, cholesterol are reversible things.
It's worth knowing, though, with my diabetes, I was on an insulin pump for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very complicated. It's a story for another day, because even the health professionals didn't know whether I was type 1 or type 2. So, and you can get type 1 just come on at any time in your life, which is what they thought happened to me. I was treated as a type 1 diabetic. So, yeah, he is a junk food fan. He loves his...
So I wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah.
He's always been the same.
Good old combine.
But he did do a week of Whole Foods last week. And I was very proud of him. A whole week.
Congratulations.
No, I got a little badge saying I completed the week. Right.
Yeah, he did very well last week.
It's like Vegans Anonymous.
Give you gold stars.
I got a little coin said I did it.
Hi, I'm Adam, and I ate whole food plant-based for a week.
Yeah.
He did very well.
Junk food vegan.
And now he's had pizza tonight, haven't you?
Yeah. That's okay. It sounds delicious.
I had to do it for a YouTube video.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
That's what we'll say.
That's really cool. And the diabetes thing, that's even more interesting, that if you had type 1 that you refer, that's almost...
I don't think that it was ever type 1, because I know that type 1 is not reversible. It's, it's not, but it is interesting how much insulin I had to have at one point in my life, and now I'm on nothing. So
yeah,
whole food plant-based diet beat that thing,
The fact that you were on insulin, I mean, I'm guessing you're not that old, right? And I mean, my dad was diabetic, type 2. And when I was like 8 years old, 7 years old, I was giving him his insulin shots, which was like so much fun. Make sure there's no air bubble in the needle, putting the insulin in the needle, the whole thing, and then sticking it in his leg with the alcohol thing. And, that's not as common anymore for people to be on insulin like that, because things have come really far. But the fact that you were, that's a big deal. And I mean, for the weight loss, that in itself changed your whole body and your health.
Yes.
And then the running is keeping that weight off, and the adrenaline and the word I've lost. What you get from that is, I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean,
I run half marathons to relax. That's what I do, if I'm honest.
And get away from me.
Yes.
And Jack.
That's my time.
Sometimes she goes for a run just after we've had dinner. She won't eat dinner, and I swear she runs away from the washing up. It leaves it for me to do.
Yeah, very smart. Damn, you've busted me.
You just keep being you. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'll add some more laughter from the people watching. That's so cool. Well, you two, this has been a lot of fun. And thank you for sharing, about how you're raising your vegan family, and what you've gone through because you made a decision to raise your family as whole food, plant-based and vegan, and the fact that you have the ethics and the health behind you, and you work in a field where you really do understand what you're doing. I mean, you can't really go, well, their credentials. Well, their credentials are that they understand the human body.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So And then Gary
You
runs
see a
vegan
lot.
meals too.
You see a lot. Yes,
Yeah.
Gary has, he's a YouTube channel called Satan Inside, and he is on his own incredible fitness journey. And it does bring tears to my eyes when I watch his videos. It's amazing.
Oh,
So
wow.
definitely go and check him out.
Okay, no, that's something that I will definitely take a look at. Maybe you can come on and be part of Virtual Veg Fest Live, Gary. Just
Yeah.
send me a note. Send me a message. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, so you too, if someone wanted to get in touch with you or find out more about you or reach out, how would they do that?
So you can contact us on Instagram, and I do read all the messages that we get, and I always send a reply, unless it's a troll. I won't necessarily send them a reply, but you can subscribe to us on YouTube. So that's UK_Vegan Family. We do have a Facebook.
Yeah, we've started a kind of Facebook, but
so we've got a UK Vegan Family Facebook, and we have a group on Facebook, and I think it's called Building a Vegan Family Community. And that is a private group. And if you are a vegan family or vegan parent and you've got social media, you can also share your stuff on there, because it's about supporting one another. And I think that's what we need. We need a vegan family community. And that's what we hope to build out of this.
That's a wonderful, wonderful resource that I'm glad that you have that. How big is it? How many people are in the Facebook group?
I have only recently started it, so I've got about 30 people. So it's very much early days. But Instagram, there's over 3,000 people on our Instagram now. And we are slowly getting to 1,000 on YouTube. So that's quite fun.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. Yes, I mean the YouTube growth is that's
it's
what
hard
we want as well. It's hard. It's really hard, the views and the number of people subscribing. Just go subscribe. You know what? Just do it for us.
Yes, please.
I mean, I'm both Virtual Veg Fest, UK Vegan Family. Just go hit subscribe. If you never do anything with it again, it's okay. You help us by subscribing. We need you to subscribe. We need to reach that 1,000-person number. So please,
it's only pennies or cents or whatever you get from it, but it just makes it a little bit more worth it.
It's a lot of fun. And one thing that we do, if you've got a YouTube channel or even an Instagram channel, or even if you just want to come and say hello, over Christmas, I think potentially the 27th, we're
aiming for the 27th.
We're aiming for the 27th. We're going to do a live stream. So it's going to be like a Christmas party. But you can come on our channel and you can promote your YouTube channel or your Instagram, because it's hard trying to build YouTube. So when you've got a group of you who are willing to support one another, that's what it's all about. Come on, have a drink with us.
Yeah, we always have a new bottle of wine. We'll have a new bottle of wine. We've actually found some good ones for Christmas.
Yes.
So I can't wait for those.
And then just promote your channel or promote it in the chat or whatever you want to do. But that's what it's about, supporting one another.
Yeah.
So
please share that with me, and I'll share it on all our channels too. And let's have a party. The 27th would probably be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having us.
I know it's late, so it's almost 10, I guess.
It is.
It is
1 minute to 10.
It is 10 p.m. your time. So, I mean, thank you. It's been lovely getting to know the two of you, and thank you for the laughter and the dry humor from Adam. And I mean, you're British, so it totally makes sense. And my hope is to get back to Europe, is to get back over to your part of the world, sooner rather than later. It's been a very long time for me. And
we'll just wait for the mutant COVID to just go away at the moment. It's got a new.
Yeah, well, exactly. I'm not a fan. I don't want to fly in a plane right now. So
if you're planning on that, then keep a listen out for Vegan Camp Out.
Okay, I think I've heard of that.
We are there. We'll be there every year that it's on, hopefully. We're definitely there next year as long as it goes ahead. But Vegan Camp Out, that's where it's at over here. Definitely.
Yeah, that would be a ton of fun, especially since I produce events
Yes.
on this side of the world. I produce like 6 or 7 vegan festivals, so that would be, yeah. The goal is to get over to that side of the world and possibly like, get my little hands in on something,
Yay.
and be involved because why not? I mean, why not? So, well, thank you. I hope you have a great night, or I mean, sleep, and and thank you again for being a part of this. Really greatly appreciate both of you.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're welcome. Have a
it's
good
been
night.
really enjoyable.
All right,
And you.
thanks. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you, everyone, for watching and joining us. That was really lively and active, and it was pretty amazing to have them on. And I'm glad that I found them just by scrolling through my Facebook page. Well, it's Saturday, so that means next week is Christmas, and I wasn't going to have a live, but I am actually going to. It'll be on the 23rd on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's going to be about zero waste. And Josie's going to come on, and I'm not going to tell you how little garbage her family of four produces in the course of a year. You're going to have to tune in to find out, because thankfully we'll probably be able to see what it is for this year, because I've seen it in previous years, and I challenge all of you to do a quarter as well as our family does, and composting and reducing waste and making sure that you don't throw things out, and people can, there's something that you don't want, that you either sell it or do a swap with somebody instead of putting it into the landfills. So that's incredibly important. Oh, Abigail, lovely to meet you too. Hi from the UK. Hi from the UK. Yay. It's a fun country. So importantly, anywhere that you are in the world, please wear a mask over your nose, under your chin. Like, you have to do that. Not here, because if you don't cover your nose is connected to your lungs. It makes absolutely no difference. You might as well not wear your mask. So wear your mask over your nose, under your chin. Be careful. Social distance. Wash your hands. Be safe and be kind to people. And you know what? Our restaurants are suffering. So my new thing is, if you can order takeout, if you have the financial means to order from restaurants, please do. Order from them, curbside pickup, delivery. Do what you can to support our restaurants, especially the vegan restaurants. A lot of them are new this year. A lot of them decided to start a business and then COVID hit. Do what you can to help them so they can get through this, so that when we can all go back to dining in, they'll still be there for us to dine in with. So, hey, Gary from the UK. Yes, enjoy your holiday as well. Thank you so much. Happy Christmas. And I will see you all next week, 23rd on Wednesday. And then after that, we'll have a Happy New Year. And I'll be back on the 3rd, which is a Sunday, with Dr. Scott Harrington. So have a great one. Thanks, everyone. Bye. I'm forgetting how to turn this off. There we go.